and getting mentally prepared to compete. You see the focus. You feel the energy. These guys are ready to go. It's NBA basketball on 2K Sports. We're glad you could join us on this exciting Friday night matchup. This is Kevin Harlan. I'll be joined by Greg Anthony, Tim Legler, and we'll be hearing from our reporter, Allie LaForce, in the sidelines as well. Short a rotation player. Nothing that they can't overcome, but it does shrink their margin for error just a bit.
Compensating for the absence of a key player can be difficult, but they've got to hold strong.
And a look at the starters for the Pistons. The forwards are Thompson and Harris. Duncan Robinson out there with Cunningham. And it's Stewart in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for the Rockets, they've got Smith. Durant is out there with Grant Williams. Then it's Morant, and it's Turner in at the 5. And this early in the season, Greg, we still have a lot to learn about these teams. Here we go.
And they're still learning about themselves, right? The coaches are working on rotations and game plans. The players are trying to establish the chemistry that a winning team needs.
The shot's good from Smith.
It's like reading a picture book for Morant. He makes it look insanely easy.
Harris inside. He's guarded by Williams. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Well, with that kind of success, I imagine they'll continue to be aggressive inside.
Now, here is Smith. And finished up by Morant.
This is how athletic Morant is, a point guard who possesses incredible athleticism.
Cunningham passes to Robinson. That's in, coming off the assist from Cunningham.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Tim, what a ride it's been for sharpshooter Duncan Robinson.
Well, there is no doubt about it, Kevin. He's the only player ever to take part in both a men's Division III and Division I championship game. Then, after going undrafted, he goes on to start in the NBA Finals. He has really come a long way.
Now, here's Cunningham. Last game with 30 points. Count it, good.
And that is great work inside by Cunningham. He could just beat you in so many ways.
Smith against Robinson. Basket counts. 8 points for Smith.
Talk about a fast start. 4 for 4 right out of the gate.
Pass to Harris. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Well, that's nice. Asserting himself inside. Harris taking it right to the defense.
Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
A bit ago, Ime Udoka and I were able to chat. Much of our discussion centered around Cade Cunningham. He said that's their catalyst. They look to him to control the pace, to read the defense, and to make the right basketball play, which he usually does. He is very tough to neutralize. Guys?
Allie, thank you so much.
You know, he's smaller for the center position by NBA standard, but his leaping ability more than makes up for his lack of height.
And the Rockets making a change here. Thompson's checked in. And joining us now by phone is insider Shams Charania with some news. Shams, give it to us.
Thanks. Well, the Detroit Pistons, looking to build on last season's breakthrough. Coach J.B. Bickerstaff said Cade Cunningham's leadership makes his job easier. And all that aside, Bickerstaff said their fierce style is key, adding, win or lose, we win the fight.
Not a team to be taken lightly. Thanks a lot, Shams. Good D by Thompson.
Well, the defense was solid, but usually I expect him to make that layup.
Thompson, a screen on Cunningham. Out to Turner. Pass to Smith. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Katie, a screen on Cunningham. And then Durant with the dunk.
Yeah, just beautiful in the pick and roll. Durant times his move perfectly then there with the strong finish.
Pistons trail by 3. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Durant against Harris. To the paint, trying to find Thompson. He gets it to him. And Robinson wide open. He shoots. A shot goes down and he gets this game back to even.
One thing I really like about Asar Thompson, he's a team-first guy, always willing to make the extra pass.
Smith with it, now defended by Cunningham. Back to Morant. Thompson passes to Smith. Outside, KD. Smith sets the pick for Durant. Offensive rebound. The three from Morant. He can't get that one to fall. The Pistons have gotten 6 or 7 shots to fall in the first quarter. They're off and running. Cunningham's shot is off. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Smith in the posts, working on Thompson. And it's Smith missing. Detroit's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. The kick out to Cunningham. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Cunningham's got 5.
Oh, what a steady presence offensively and a very difficult player to game plan for.
Smith for 3. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
Ringing the bell. That's the way to close the quarter.
And with the clock almost at 0, great awareness on his part.
Tie game and some big points being put up on the board. Clark, as we wrap up the first. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And when you consider how the Rockets are doing, guys, what do you think? Grant Williams is checked in for Houston. Smith comes in for Tari Eason. Then for the Pistons, Asar Thompson, he's checked in for Green. Duncan Robinson comes in for Kevin Huerter. And it's Cunningham in for Jenkins. On the court for the Pistons, we've got Asar Thompson. Paul Reed out there with Howland. Then it's Robinson, and it's Cunningham in at the point. Williams has a screen for Thompson. Off target there, that would have pushed the lead to double digits. To halt the run. From 10 feet out, that one's in there. Rocket lead is cut down to just 6 points on the bucket from Howland.
And that's just taking advantage of some soft defense on that drive. Little resistance for him on the way to the basket.
Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thanks a lot. John Morant looking to lead the way. He said, I set the tone. My teammates feed off of it, and I love to compete. That's how we all grew up, playing on the blacktop outside, competing at a high level when there was no cameras around. Back to you guys.
He's got that alpha mentality. Allie LaForce with the report. Hey, Allie, thanks. And here's Morant. He'll bring it up for the Rockets. Their next game, playing at home, is the Nets coming to town. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home. And it's slammed in by Smith.
I love how he's taking charge out there. Here, offensively, riding the wave.
Here is Cunningham. He's got 5. And you look at these Rockets, Greg, pretty fearsome on the defensive end.
I mean, great length and athleticism on the wings, and a defensive-minded coach in Ime Udoka. And they'll make you work for it, no doubt about it.
Just 5 on the clock. Holland, no good. Houston leading by 8. Smith right side. Smith with a screen on Cunningham. Morant kicks to Thompson. The shot's good from Smith. Smith's got 6 in the quarter.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Pass to Reed. The Pistons working the ball around now. Thompson finds Robinson. Cunningham against Morant. Robinson for 3. Rockets with the rebound. This game against Detroit here, it's their first meeting of the season.
And really, this is a team that expects to beat everyone when they step on the floor, but they were only able to split the series last year.
Well, they're a great team, but you're going to lose a few, especially going up against a team you don't know that well.
And Smith punches it from deep, and it's Reed pulling it down.
And after that great first quarter from three-point range, he has finally come back to earth.
Down low. It's stolen by Smith. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Williams. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
I'll tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
It's his first trip to the line.
And going back to his performance at the line last year, guys, 84% as a free throw shooter.
And the first one drops. Houston making some changes. Miles Turner comes in for Steven Adams. And Kevin Durant is subbed in for Amen Thompson. Stewart's checked in for Detroit. Tobias Harris comes in for Holland. And Williams drops them both. Pistons trail by 12. Inside, here's Harris. That's in, coming off the assist from Cunningham. Harris has got 6.
And it does a world of good for them to have Harris getting busy inside. Gives them that inside-out edge they're looking for.
Nice shot by Smith.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
Well, you just have to communicate those switches. If you don't, it's on you.
And so it's the Houston Rockets. 13 points up at the end of the period. And their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference in this one. We've got more in store for you right after this.
Hello, everybody. We're here to break it all down, and through the first half of play, it's a very commanding lead for the Houston Rockets.
Tick-tock, tick-tock. That sounds like their offense right now. Clock work.
Speaking of clocks, I think you've had some run-ins with Big Ben Wallace, haven't you?
You mean in London, Big Ben?
And let's talk now about the trade news. Some interesting moves to discuss.
Big time move here. Shingun with great all-around skills, produces every night, and he's just getting better.
Yeah, and you're also adding a big man who moves the ball and creates for others. That's huge.
And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's about to resume.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. A fantastic game from the kid in this one.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Well, and I expect they're going to continue to lean on him as we continue in this game. Why not? The way he's playing right now offensively.
Pistons trail by 13. Now, Greg, you've had a long NBA career, so I'm curious, what's one of the biggest changes you've noticed since you've retired?
Well, you know, one that doesn't get talked about enough. Length. You know, players these days are just longer, especially in the backcourt and that wing position. It feels like every team has a guy 6'9" or taller that is a pure perimeter player.
Durant is out there with Grant Williams. Then there's John Morant, and there's Miles Turner, and it's Smith in at the 2-guard spot. And that's the group in there for Ime Udoka as we begin the second half. Free throw good, Smith. And Greg, these poised veterans really seem to have triggered a shift for the Rockets.
At the same time, it's going to be Houston's young talent that determines their future, and they've already shown they can make a major impact.
Smith hits them both. All right, legs, follow me here. You look at the rise of teams like Detroit, there's a lot to be said for having young legs.
Well played, Kevin, well played. And look, today's game exacts a physical toll. And if you think of it, that's especially true when you're playing a team like the Pistons. They play fast and they hit hard.
Harris misses. And so it's Smith with it. He'll bring it up for the Rockets. Turner with with a screen for Smith. Outside Turner fires from deep. And the rebound goes to the Pistons. Cunningham looking it over. Five to shoot. Pass to Robinson. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. Smith finds KD over Harris, and there's KD. That's good on the assist by Smith. Durant's got the lead up to 14 now for Houston. And so the timeout here by J.B. Bickerstaff. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. Now here the 2K leaderboard with last season's top rebounding team. The Rockets #1.
They had such a strong presence in the paint, just a physical team. They dominated the interior in terms of rebounding.
Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. Pass to Cunningham. Into the lane. 6 to shoot. A 3-ball. The rebound by Turner.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Misses the layup. He had him with that bump fake. Pistons trail by 14. And the tough guy reputation, Tim, well earned for Isaiah Stewart.
Well, yeah, he's a physical presence, Kevin. He does not shy away from an alley fight. He brings that edge every team needs, and it is especially welcome in the Motor City.
Here's Smith. Rebound, Detroit.
That's a cold start out of the break. Only one of his first 4 has he gotten to go.
And now, Al Littlefors says something for us from the sideline.
Thanks, guys. The Rockets have become a fearsome defensive team, and Coach Ime Udoka said, our young guys were tired of losing, and they bought into it. A huge part is just shifting the mentality and doing our part on that end. Understanding how much that impacts winning, it is a non-negotiable for me. Back to you guys.
They've clearly bought in. Allie, we appreciate the report. Amen Thompson, he's checked in for Williams. Jenkins, he's checked in for Detroit. Out to Thompson. Smith on the wing. He's covered by Thompson. Smith's shot is good. Smith's got 5 points in the quarter.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
When someone is rolling like this, just keep feeding him. That's just great coaching.
Give credit where credit is due right there. A terrific assist.
Lets it go from 11. Smith, no luck. Pistons trail by 12. Pass to Thompson. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Stewart kicks to Harris. Stewart, a screen for Harris. Shoots the 3. Thompson with the rebound.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Smith feeling it out a bit. Turner with the screen for Thompson. Rebound, Detroit. Stewart's got his 4th rebound in this one. Robinson finds Thompson. Now here's Jenkins. Guarded by Morant. Pass to Stewart. Buries it down low. Stewart's got 7 points in the game.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
Now here is Smith. The tray. It's hauled in by Harris.
He seems a little out of rhythm right now.
Here's Jenkins. Hasn't made one yet. Back to Robinson. Lets it go with the 3. Sinks the three-pointer. Robinson's got it back down to within single digits for the Pistons. And so it's Houston, bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. And don't go away. We'll be right back. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, playing for one another. That's the definition of teamwork.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. And on the floor for Detroit here in the fourth. Holland is out there with Javonte Green. Then it's Cade Cunningham. Then there's Paul Reed. And it's Jenkins in at the point. And there's Shepard on the assist by Smith. Smith's got 4 assists in the game.
Strong mechanics and a high release. Shepard just needs to catch it when he's on.
Thompson against Cunningham. It's rebounded by Amen Thompson.
And even though he didn't get a piece of that shot, you love the pressure he puts on the shooter.
And sometimes that's all you need to do to force that miss.
Good on the bucket. And that's now 30 points for Smith.
What a performance for him on the offensive end. He's been fantastic the entire game.
And timeout called by J.B. Bickerstaff. Wants to make sure everybody's coordinated and intent. Stewart checked in for Paul Reed. And you think of the different styles of play. Tim, is there one that you prefer watching?
I personally like variety, Kevin. I like certainly three-point shooting. That's how I made my living. But I also want to see post play. And I want to see teams that also can beat you with isolation sets as well. I think those are the toughest teams to defend. They can hit you from any area.
They sure can.
Yeah, that up fake got the defender to commit. Cunningham earning a trip to the line.
You know, Tim, one thing you hear about Cade Cunningham is his leadership skills.
Yeah, Kevin, he is very mature and unselfish. While this team definitely revolves around his play, he doesn't make it all about himself. And that is the difference.
You know, Greg, after struggling with injuries to start his NBA career, Cade Cunningham is figuring it out.
And the former #1 overall pick in 21, last season his first All-Star appearance, and he's only getting started.
Jenkins the pass to Stewart. Cunningham outside. And here is Jenkins. Green with a screen for Jenkins. Rebound by Smith. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now.
Yeah, letting it rip. We're just having fun right now.
It's a great game plan, and it's great execution. They've really been in the zone.
That's a great look at that move from the Connected Cam, sponsored by AT&T. And it's Cunningham with the ball for the Pistons. They trail by 16. And J.B. Bickerstaff is called a timeout. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear, and immediately. Houston making some changes. KD's checked in for Thompson. And it's Morant in for Shepard. Then for the Pistons, Tobias Harris is checked in for Holland. Asar Thompson comes in for Green. Robinson is subbed in for Jenkins. Harris inside. He's guarded by Williams. Williams with the rebound.
Well, coaches really appreciate when guys defend with that kind of effort. Just a fantastic job protecting the rim.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Harris against Williams. Harris kicks to Cunningham to stop the run. Ooh, he laid it up and in!
And this is the beauty of Cunningham. He can score from anywhere on the floor. That length, obviously, a huge advantage.
Outside, Smith. Durant with a screen on Robinson. It's Morant. Now Smith. And it's Smith finishing it off.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
And this is where you really want to be mindful. No turnovers, no sloppy play.
Pass to Thompson. Back to Cunningham. Outside Robinson. And it's off from three-point range. Houston leading by 19 points.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to get up here for Houston.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here, two, that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Smith.
Well, offensively, he was about as locked in as you can be, and his team continued to find him.
First one falls for him. And Tim, the improvement for the Detroit Pistons keyed by acquiring veteran floor spacers. You must like that aspect, am I right?
Yeah, I love that, Kevin. The fact that they have a star offensive player and they went out and added guys that can create more space for their best player and also can become a great defensive team.
And as we've seen, Greg, navigating this age of social media can be difficult for an NBA player.
Yeah, a momentary indiscretion can get broadcast to the whole world, so there's a need for caution that's probably higher than in decades past.
Thompson sets the pick for Smith. Here's the drive. Here's Holland, covered by Smith. Ball's not loose and out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession.
In for Houston.
32 seconds left in the fourth. For three, Smith. It's rebounded by Herter. Outside, Green. Pass to Jenkins. Smith for three. So we see the Rockets taking the win here. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
Now let's check in with Allie LaForce on the sideline. What do you have for us, Allie?
Thanks so much, guys. Well, Miles, a shootout in the first half. Were you happy with the effort overall tonight?
Yeah, no, the effort was great most of the night. I think that no team was playing defense in the beginning, so second half I think we came out there and really established our defense, which we needed to do.
And you have to work on getting your team going earlier in the next matchup. Congrats on the win, though, tonight.
Good stuff, Allie. Thanks. And that'll do it, folks. Along with Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan saying thank you once again for being with us here tonight on 2K Sports. But first, let's reveal our player of the game, the Kid.